In today's show, we're going to be showing you how to use AI in your Amazon listing, how to optimize the title, the bullets, the description, how to optimize your Amazon listing using AI. And I'm going to show you it with two different methods. Now, you're going to notice other people are on the call here with me. So this is a part of our mastermind series. We actually recorded this a couple months ago, but if you want to join us live for our mastermind series, make sure you visit profitablepineapplefarm.com. profitablepineapplefarm.com. You'll go to our checkout page. It's $99 a month or $1,000 a year or $1,500 one-time fee. And what you get access to is our weekly mastermind calls, all our replays from the previous masterminds. You'll get access to this information months before we release it on the YouTube channel. And so go to profitablepineapplefarm.com and join us today. You'll join over 30 people that we have as at the time of this recording, and it's growing daily. So profitablepineapplefarm.com. All right, let's jump in to why you're here, which is using AI in your Amazon listing. All right, so in today's mastermind call, we are going over how to use AI in your Amazon business and specifically with your Amazon listing. And what I'm going to be doing today is I'm actually going to be showing you guys two different ways to use it. So ChatGPT is obviously all the rage right now. I'm going to show you how to use it with Jasper because we have a paid service with Jasper. So Jasper and ChatGPT are the same thing. ChatGPT at the time of this recording is free. It will not be free for long. So just keep that in mind. Jasper is a little more robust with a lot more tools, but it has the same functionality as ChatGPT, can't say that fast. And then I'm going to show you another software that actually ties into ChatGPT, and it is specifically for Amazon sellers. So I'm going to show you two different ways to optimize your listing today. So I don't have a formal presentation. We're actually going to be doing all like workshop format here. So I'm going to go to share my screen. And the first thing I want to go over is prompt engineering. And if you don't know what prompt engineering is, that is what AI is built around. When you're talking to an AI tool, you need to talk to it like you're talking to a team member. And so this has actually taught me a lot because I get a lot from Jordan and sometimes from Adam that I don't specify what exactly I want enough. And I just kind of leave things vague. And so actually working with ChatGPT has really helped me in kind of bringing that up. All right, so again, prompt engineering is just how you talk to it. So you want to be as example driven as possible. And so I followed this guy on Max Maurer on YouTube, and he does a lot with AI, especially his more recent series. So I'd highly recommend going through that and going and checking that out. But essentially prompt engineering is just this new and upcoming field of how to talk to AI. That's all it is. And so I was like, how do I explain prompt engineering to you guys? So I decided to ask Jasper. And then this is the paragraph they came out with. So write a 500-word introductory paragraph and some content on prompt engineering on how to use Jasper.ai for a presentation I'm giving. And so you guys can read that and see what it says. And so it's just pretty much telling you to give examples. So Max does a really great job of really breaking it down though. You pretty much want to go over the length of whatever you're trying to write, the topic of what you're trying to write, clear structure. So you want an introduction, middle, and conclusion with references, and then elements of humor in the style of Mark Twain. So length, topic, structure, style. So you can think of style as like humorous, professional, carefree, towards mothers, towards moms, towards elderly, towards menopause, just depending on what you're trying to go after. Structure, bullet points, description, title, things like that. Topic, whatever the topic is, of course, like your product would be the topic. And then how long you want it to be. And you're going to start seeing examples of this. And then what you can do is you can actually start asking follow-up questions to that. Today, I'll actually show you a funny example of this where I asked them to translate my title into Spanish. And then from there on out, Jasper wouldn't switch back. It kept giving me every answer in Spanish. And so I had to actually say, go back to English. And it finally went back to English for me. So it does exactly what you say, but you have to be specific. So here's that example he gives up here. Please write me a 500-word essay on the topic of how do I earn more money in 2023 with a clean introduction, middle, and conclusion with references and humor in the style of a comedian. So I changed it up a little bit. And then they wrote me this 500-word essay. It doesn't really tell you much. It just tells you pretty much make more money. But it says start your own business, essentially. And we all know that with business ownership, that's how you become free. That's how you make money. And it's funny because I wrote another chapter in my book that I'm writing right now. And it was all about my calculations of I needed $12 million, making 10% passive income to be able to fund everything I want to do, including charity, clinics in Jamaica, a homeless shelter home that I want to start here in Columbus or wherever I'm living at the time. And we'll need 12 million, making 1.2 million in passive income, so 10%. And I calculated how long it would take me to get that if I was still an optometrist making 100,000 a year. And it was like 120 years. But when you switch your mindset into owning a business, it doesn't take that long at all. As you guys all know, making 3 million to 6 million or 1 million isn't that hard when you own a business. And then you have this physical asset that you can sell for a later date too. So anyway, that's not the topic we're talking about. I just wanted to show you that even Jasper.ai says start your own business as the way to earn more money in 2023. And then it also talks about invest in stocks, real estate, and other assets as well. All right, so let's jump into Amazon. So I decided to ask Jasper, what are the best ways for an Amazon seller to use Jasper.ai to help them with their Amazon business? And this is what it told me to do. So create engaging product descriptions, generate catchy titles and headlines, write compelling copy for the images and videos, create interesting blog posts and articles, compose social media posts with persuasive messages that will encourage people to buy your products, interact with your business, draft emails to customers and potential partners, and build loyalty among your customers. So I literally just took this as a prompt. I went over to, and I'm just going to start here. So this is Jasper. You can do this in ChatGPT. You can do it wherever you want. I like Jasper. It does a lot more and it has templates and everything. Whereas in ChatGPT is just kind of a chat back and forth. But I'll show you can do that here in Jasper, and that's what I'm going to use today. So I'm going to click document. We're going to do a free form document, and it will open it up. And so this is your free form document right here. You can do a chat mode, which is right here, and it will pull in this chat. I actually like power mode. So I'll come over here and go to power mode, and it will pull up everything I've done already. And so what we just said is, what are the best ways that an Amazon seller can use to help them with their FBA business? So we already asked that, but we'll ask it again. And you'll see that it takes anywhere from 10 to 15 seconds. One big difference is ChatGPT kind of types as it's going, whereas in Jasper, we'll just kind of punch it all out there at once. And yeah, like I said, it does take about 15 seconds. And then you can think of a follow-up. So you can say, add, so it actually changed from what it said. So fortunately, Jasper can make life easier. Content creation, product descriptions, and market research. So overall, there are numerous ways that you can leverage AI to help you with your Amazon business. So let's go back over here. So I kind of broke this down into Amazon listing optimization. This is what we're going to focus on today. And then in a future call, in a future video, I'll go over all this stuff as well. I'm actually going to make this into a mini course and have it in your paid members area here in the future. And then I'm going to scroll down here. So first, let's talk about titles. So the prompt for a title, so length, topic, structure, style. So write an Amazon listing title, so that's the topic, between 150 to 200 characters, the length, for our chocolate nut butter, which is, if you guys have been following along with the Hangry Nut, that's our chocolate nut butter company that we're coming out with, and we're kind of documenting the process in the community. It will be a competitor to Nutella. It has 5 ingredients: cashews, almonds, cacao, dates, and hazelnuts. No added sugar, no palm oil, no artificial sweeteners. Don't use Nutella in the title. The reason I put that is because it was putting Nutella in the title. I didn't like that. And I think that was ChatGPT that was doing that. So let's take that prompt and put it over here. And you'll see it will spit out something pretty quickly. So deliciously healthy cashew, almond, cacao, date, and hazelnut chocolate nut butter. No added sugar or palm oil. So in my opinion, it does okay with the title. I think you could probably change the prompt a little bit more to make it better. Here's some other ones that I got: creamy chalk nut spread with 5 real ingredients, no added sugar, no artificial sweeteners, no palm oil. You can actually hit this little button here to retry. So I'm going to hit retry. That did not follow the 150. So I'm going to hit bad message and then retry again. But you can see you can continue to retry. And then you can also say, give me a funnier variation of this title as a follow-up. If you want to make it more funny, funnier, more funny, funnier. And then, so yeah, you can just see how you can keep bringing up. And then you can also say something like, give me 5 more variations. And then it will spit out 5 more variations. You can see it added Nutella to the title there. So with the titles, I'm not a huge fan of the titles that they come up with. So start here. You can also say something like, make sure to use the keywords XYZ. And so you can see here's the 5 variations. And then if you wanted to add keywords, you could just say something like, make 5 more variations, but add the keywords snack, peanut free, and chocolate. Like that. and it will make you 5 more variations, but it will add those keywords for you. So if you've done some keyword research with Cerebro, or if you have like a Helium 10, or excuse me, if you have a search term report and you want to add keywords in, that's what I'd recommend doing. So you could also say something like, this is my current title. Make me another title that's 150 to 200 words that has these keywords added to the title. And so if you wanted to add more keywords to your title, you can do that. So title, all in all, I think it's okay. It's not perfect for it because it is such a condensed thing and it doesn't really know that you're trying to keyword stuff your title, but it kind of makes it more flow. So this is what I ended up coming up with. The Hangry Nut looks luxurious chocolate nut butter, palm oil free with no added sugar, rich, creamy, healthy snack. And so that's what I ended up coming up with this. The main keyword with this is Nutella, unfortunately. So you have to kind of put that in the back end until you get caught. And then there's some additional prompts there that I added. So with bullet points, I've actually had a lot of great success with bullet points. And so same thing. So let me bring that back down because this is kind of your template. So you want to kind of keep it with you at all times. Let's go. There we go. All right. So we got length, topic, structure, tone. So Amazon bullets, write 5 bullet points. That's what you're doing. Between 200 and 250 characters, that's your length, for an Amazon listing about our chocolate nut butter, that's your topic. Also make 1 bullet point about no added sugar, because I wanted that to be very emphasized. And I add a second bullet point about palm oil free and talk about the rainforest being chopped down due to palm oil. So if you guys didn't know that, they have been deforesting deforesting the rainforests in Indonesia and Malaysia to plant palm oil farms, palm tree farms, to get you palm oil for all your snacks. So whenever you're picking up a snack and looking at the ingredients, if you don't see like organic or sustainably sourced palm oil, you're contributing to deforestation. And we're not perfect. It's pretty much in everything. It's pretty hard. All right, so let's do that. Write 5 bullet points between 250 to 250 characters. And then we kind of prompted what we wanted 2 of the bullet points to be about, and it should pop up. I'll show you what it popped up before. I had another little instruction in there to say benefit : and it actually put benefit in front of everything, which I didn't like, of course. So I changed it around. So this is the 5 it came up with before. And then I just kind of changed them around a little bit. So I wanted no added sugar to be at the top, palm oil free to be at the top. So you're appealing to the health conscious, you're appealing to the environmentally conscious. And this is one of the biggest differentiators that we have, is we're not adding sugar to it. Because if you look at Nutella or any of the alternatives, sugar is the main ingredient. And it's absurd because you don't need it to be the main ingredient. We're sweetening ours with dates, and it's actually the 4th ingredient. And so it's not an added sugar, it's actually a fruit. But anyway, so delicious blend of chocolate, nuts, great source of energy, and high in antioxidants. So you're kind of going after a lot of different people here, but our target market is moms. So I could even say something like an additional prompt. I could come back to this. So there's my 5 that it said, and then I could even change it to, I actually kind of like some of these. These are pretty good. So I'm going to bring these over too. We'll add it to that. And then we'll probably combine these 2 to make it. So additional prompts: rewrite the below list or the above list of Amazon bullets, but add the list of keywords below. Keep the original meaning of the existing bullets and make sure the bullet point writing follows that format still. And so what we're doing with that is we're just adding some keywords that we maybe got from either keyword research or that we got from our search term report. And so then we'll put this with a bunch of keywords in there as well. And then it will add those keywords into it. You could also say something like, rewrite these same bullets to appeal to busy moms. And then it will kind of change the tone of the bullets to be towards busy moms versus non-busy moms. So we'll let that work and kind of move on to the next one. So product description, not really any different. I'm not going to show you this one in Jasper just because it's very similar, but our prompt was write 1,000 to 2,000 character product description length for an Amazon listing about our chocolate nut butter topic. And then points to discuss are no added sugar, sweetened by dates, no artificial sweeteners, palm oil free. So it helps with deforestation, only has 5 ingredients, delicious, comes with both creamy and crunchy. Target market is busy moms. And so when I put that in there, it spit out our product description right here. And I'm going to show you a hack with one of the other tools as well. That's pretty cool with this. It actually gives it to you in the HTML format, which is neat. And so that's that description. And so I'll kind of leave this up here just if you want to read through it a little bit. You can pause the video when you're watching the replay and just read that over. All right. So additional prompts, again, including the following keywords. So if you have a keyword list, make sure you include that in. You could probably even include that in your original prompt too. Backend search terms, I did not like it for backend search terms, but I tried it and this is what it came up with. I said I need backend search terms limited to 200 characters for the top keywords and search terms for Nutella, for my Amazon listing for our chocolate nut butter spread. Remove colons, commas, periods, and give each keyword its own line. Avoid repeating words from the title and bullets above. And it didn't really do a great job of doing any of that. It just kind of came up with this. So I'll show you a different way to do that with the tool I'm going to use when I show you the second example. All right, moving on to photos. Photos is actually kind of fun. I had a lot of fun with this, and I'm going to show you some of these pictures. And if you guys haven't played with AI art yet, it's ridiculous, but it's also a lot of fun too. So what we're going to do is I like to summarize the bullet points into 5 to 10 word short phrases to put on the photos. And so my initial prompt is going to be this right here. So summarize the following bullet into 5 to 10 word short phrase to add to a photo. So we're going to take that over to Jasper, put that in there. And then I'm going to go back up here to one of those bullet points. So delicious blend. Let's do great source of energy. So we're going to scroll right here, put great source of energy. So this should spit out a 5 to 10 words summarizing that bullet. So healthy and energizing, perfect for any time. All right. So let's then take this bullet. We're going to go over to Jasper Art. You can see my beautiful creations over here. And for this one, I need a photo of our new chocolate nut butter spread that says on it as a caption, let's pull this, healthy and energizing, perfect for any time. And you can change the mood, medium, things like that, but we'll just keep it alone, see what it comes up with. This one's kind of a weird one. I think it'll just focus on chocolate nut butter, yeah. So that's all it's gonna do. And then you could take like this one and then go to Canva and just put these words in. So I'll show you another way to do this. I need a photo that is our new chocolate nut butter spread on toast. So you can see you got some pretty cool photos. I'd use these two in my listings. So that's pretty neat. So I need a photo that is our new chocolate nut butter spread on toast being eaten by a 5-year-old girl looking at the camera. So we'll play with that one first. Just brace yourselves for this one.
Should give a bigger warning.
So you can see the facial part of, actually, this one's not bad. It's kind of funky, but these aren't as terrible as they have been in the past. But what you can do is like, if you're going to use a human in it, you can actually go away from the camera, looking away from the camera. And so this might show like the back of a girl holding a piece of toast with the chocolate nut butter spread on it and looking away from the camera. So she's kind of eating it from, okay, maybe not.
Look at the fingers.
This one's actually not bad, other than the weird cutting board with the toast right there. This one actually looks pretty realistic. So you can see you can have a lot of fun with it. So if you guys have any examples that you want me to put into Jasper Art, put it in the chat and we'll come back to them and look at them towards the end of the call. So that's what I do with the photos is you can actually take these bullet points, say I want a 5 to 10 word description. So 5 to 10 word natural sweetness without added sugar. That'd be a good one for a bullet point on a photo. And then I put a picture of a finished product with a close-up of the label showing no added sugar. So I actually asked them, what should I have a picture of for this bullet? And I put in the no added sugar and it told me what to make the picture for. And then this is the pictures I came up with earlier today. So you can see these are pretty good. I mean, I would use those other than the ones with the jars on them. And then I did a palm oil free one. So brace yourself for this one. It turned out okay. So with these, it said I should do a picture of a lush green, untouched rainforest with a caption urging people to avoid products with palm oil. So you can see, I decided to add orangutan. So untouched rainforest with an orangutan because the orangutan population is what's being affected the most by this. And so these weren't bad. And then we got this guy, which seems like it's going to be okay until you look at his face. So that's what you get with AI. And then I decided to just try it one more time and I came up with this. And so you never know what you're going to get with the AI art thing. And if you get something weird, you just have to kind of change your prompts quite a bit to make it a little better. So some other ways you can use this is optimize your existing listing. So here's a prompt that I have. Add the following keywords and rewrite this title to be funnier for my Amazon listing. Here is my title. And so I would have put a list of keywords that I wanted in there and then it would have rewrote it for me. Then I also did translate into another language. So translate this product title into Spanish. Use the Spanish slang that is most common in the United States because there's so many different Spanishes out there and there's so many different slangs that you want to make sure you get the one that resonates most with the people that are in the United States. And then I'll have to ask Pixlr how it did. Adam, if you are there, will you verify that my title makes sense?
El nut mantequilla de cacahuate con chocolate sin aceite de palma y sin azúcar añadido. Yeah, that works. Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, there you go. And he lives in
Yeah.
Mexico, so that's good. So
For mantequilla de cacahuate, you can also say crema, crema, crema de cacahuate.
okay, which one's better?
Yeah, crema de cacahuate, at least for Mexican Spanish.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Yeah, crema. Sorry.
Oh, yep, crema. So then I got stuck in that Spanish thing. So when I said rewrite this title to be funnier, it gave it to me in Spanish again. Then I said go back to English. Then it went back to English. So that's all I have on the Jasper.ai side for this video. I will go into more further in future videos, but I want to show you one other tool that's pretty awesome. So let me go do that. I'm going to switch over to that other tool. All right, so this is Zonguru. We actually just onboarded this in the agency due to it having a client dashboard for us. And so we can see all of our clients on one screen, and we can see stats like revenue, ad spend, ACOS, TACOS, everything like that on one screen for everybody. And so that's why we got this tool, to be able to do that. Now, it also has kind of a Helium 10 like suite of tools as well that are actually, I think, don't tell Helium 10 I said this, but a little better at this point. Because they just have more to do. But you can see there's quite a bit you can do here. It's pretty much exactly like Helium 10. But the reason I'm showing it to you today is for the AI. So it actually goes into ChatGPT. It's got an API to it, and it's going to help out with that. So what we're going to do first with this is we're going to gather keywords. So Keywords on Fire is their program that's equivalent to Cerebro on Helium 10. I don't know Jungle Scout, so I can't give you what it's equivalent to on Jungle Scout. But what you do is you gather ASINs, you bring them in. Oh, look, halos. But you gather ASINs, you bring them in, you give the search name. So our main keyword is Nutella. It gets so many searches a month, and it's stupid popular, and it's made with palm oil and sugar, and it's served all over schools, and it's just making people fat, and it's killing the rainforest. That's my soapbox. I'll get off of it. Probably not. But so what I did is I put my main keyword in here, hit enter. It pulled up this list. So Zonguru is actually down here when you install it, and then you just pop it up, and you can kind of pull it up even further if you want. And you can see it's populating everything here. And what I do is I just copy all the ASINs. So they're already selected. You can give it time to actually finish this whole calculation right here. And it's close enough. So then what I'm going to do is hit copy selected ASINs right here. It's going to copy every single one I have selected. This button right here. There you go. Now it's done. So niche score. I don't really know what all this means. I mean, I'm sure it's pretty self-explanatory, but I haven't gone through it yet. But I'm going to copy these selected ASINs, go back over to Zonguru. We're going to put all those in here. You can only have a max of 25. So I'm just going to delete a bunch. Oh, that's too many. That's too many. So we'll just delete down to 25. There's 34. Once we get down to 25, we'll then label it. So I'll call this Nutella. That was a search term. And then I'll hit run keyword analysis right here. So after you run keyword analysis, it will pop in here and it will start to say working. I ran it. This is what I was doing when I got called in. So I ran it already. It's already complete. We're then going to come over here to listing optimization and go over to listing optimizer. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start a new session. So we're going to call it Nutella or start a new session. And we're going to add the keywords first. So come over here, click add, import from Keywords on Fire. We're going to do all keywords. And then we're going to pick the keyword. So it's Nutella. So we're going to load that. That's going to start loading. Now we're going to add some listings over here. So what I'm going to do is just find some other competitors. Of course, Nutella is going to be the big one. And we're going to click that. And then going to come over here, go to Amazon product, go back over here. And then we're just going to select some of these. So this is the most popular. Actually, this one. We're going to add that listing. This is mostly a comparison tool. Again, not perfect. So you can see Nutella's is a 4,992. That's terrible. This listing scores in the bottom 19%. So it's not even optimized. And of course it's Nutella, so it's making a ton of money. That's the importance of building a brand. What we always talk about is building a brand. Yeah, they don't even have a description, and their search terms are Halloween, candy, chocolate, Halloween treats, candy for Halloween, Halloween gifts for adults. It makes sense. Okay, so we're gonna come back up here. I wanna get some that are not Nutella. So I'm gonna go down to this one. And nope, that's just a different brand, probably selling a bundle. That's a tub of it. That's another Nativa, that's a different one. So organic vegan hazelnut, again, made with sugar and palm oil. Then we're going to add that. While we're looking, let's find another one. So let's see what this is. Hazelnut spread. So we'll grab that one too. So if it says that, just click it again and we'll pull it up. So we're going to add another one. And this will be the last one we add. And then add your own as well. If you do have one, we don't have one yet. All right, so we have these three, and you can see that there's huge opportunity. This one's 1,792. Good scores are like above 20,000, and this one's only 4,000, 5,000. This one's 1,700, and this one's 1,500. So they're all lacking. You can see the bullets here are terrible. No description. Search terms are just okay. So then what we can do is we can actually come over here and generate one with AI. So just do an AI generated one, add the listing, and then it will just completely generate a whole new title, description, and bullets for you as optimized as possible. Now, what you're going to see here, though, is it is going to add Nutella a lot because of all the Nutella keywords that are over there, because it doesn't know any better. It just knows to use what's supposed to be used. So with our brand, you can't say things like dry eye, blepharitis, styes, and it wanted to put those in there. But of course, it can't do that because it's against FDA structure function claim. So this takes about 30 seconds to do. And like I said, it's going to do pretty much everything I showed you with Jasper.ai over that 15 minutes. It's going to do it in literally 30 seconds. And so it's a lot easier. But again, this is a starting point. It's not the end. It's a good starting point to give you ideas, but it's not going to be ideal. You're going to have to go through it. So again, 20,000 scores. That's good. It's above average. So organic Nutella and go. So you can see that we're going to have to take that out, but we can keep hazelnut chocolate spread. It doesn't come with a pretzel breadstick snack pack. We are going to come out with mini jars. Again, Nutella. And so you can see that it's mostly all around prime pantry free shipping. So after all said and done, that's what we end up with. So actually Jasper did a better job at this one because it wasn't as focused around that, but snack anywhere. So you're gonna have to go through Nutella. So AI is great, but it's not perfect yet. And Jordan, correct me if I'm wrong. We can't yet exclude keywords in this yet, right?
I thought there was an option to do that. I just can't remember where it was.
Yeah, I don't.
You just have to select the keyword and remove it from the list.
You can do one of two options. You can either select all with that click at the top next to keywords, or you can select a one-by-one basis on which ones you'd like to use.
Yeah, you'd have to do one by one and just delete them out of the whole list. So that's what you'd have to do with this one, just because there is so much Nutella in here, or just go after a different set of ASINs that don't involve Nutella at all. As you can see, Nutella is in here all over. So what you do for search terms, obviously this is a kind of a weird one to do just because of Nutella dominating this category. So what you do here is you then would grab all these search terms and you'd add to search terms. And so then that will throw all the search terms down here. And of course it's going to be way over. Yeah, so 1,107. And so then you'd go through these and get rid of the ones that are in the titles and the bullets, and then really narrow it down to the 250. So AI, it's a slick tool. It works incredibly well, but it's just a starting point. It's just a starting point to what you're trying to get to later on. And it's a good way to start brainstorming. So I'll give you another example, one last example of how I'm using this. So we're going to do, I like how I put please in there. You have to be polite to Jasper. So we're going to put this in here. Please write me a 2,000 word essay on the topic of reducing your debt via the cash flow index model with a clean. So what I'm doing with this is I'm actually writing a book right now. And whenever I get stuck, I come in here and I'll put it in. I'll put what I'm stuck at right here and what my topic is. And I'll say like, I need a paragraph about this for my book, and it will spit out, a paragraph about that. And then I can just keep going from there. So I don't know if it will know what cash flow indexing is, but we'll see. Actually, let me just shorten it to 1,000. Yeah, let me go over to the chat and see what you guys put in here. Humphrey Bogart in a ballerina costume standing on the moon. And Bobby said, I can't wait for the day when I can tell my AI assistant to lower my ACOS on all campaigns to under 10%. And yes, it will be able to do it.
It's not bad, but it's too cartoonish. It's too bad they don't do realistic.
Well, we can change that.
Okay.
So let's do style, realism. Do you want to be excited, calm, fun, gloomy, happy, sad?
Happy.
Happy. All right, let's do it.
It was interesting. I was on ChatGPT and I tried, or not ChatGPT, I forget which AI, but I tried one with Elon Musk and it said it was against policy. So I guess Elon's an investor.
Here's your Humphrey Bogart in a ballerina costume standing on the moon.
Man, yeah, it's gonna take a while before they get this stuff nailed down.
Yeah, we've had some fun with this with AI art in our agency, just like playing around with it on meetings and stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so we can jump into the Q&A session. If anybody has any questions regarding PPC, you can unmute yourself and come on board and we can hopefully answer them. If nobody has questions though, we can talk about something else. It can be about anything actually. It can be about what we just went over.
Travis, do you think Jasper, if you instead of saying keywords, you say SEO, do you think it would understand that?
Should we try? Oh, here's my reducing debt with cash flow index model. It is possible. There you go. I'll have to read it to see if it actually makes sense. Let's go back to this. Right for SEO.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it will understand it, but it's worth. They're essentially the same. But yeah, good question. Anybody have anything else they want to?
Hey, Doc, I got a question. If you, knowing what you know now, how would this have changed with Dry Eyes in the beginning? Like, how would you have implemented, if this was available beginning of Dry Eyes, how would you have implemented it in your business? And what would it have allowed you guys to not have to worry about anymore? And what would it have made and maybe it's the same answer, but more efficient?
So writing copy has changed the game because it's really good at writing sales copy. You saw here that if it doesn't come out the way you want it to, it's usually your prompt that needs a little changing, and that can usually help. So if I had access to tools like this at the beginning of my journey, I don't think I would have become as effective of a copywriter as I am now, because it would have made me lazier. Learning how to do a lot of this stuff manually was good because it created who I was as a person. So coming into the game now with all these tools that are available, you kind of lose sight of what we used to do, how hard it used to be. But with that being said, it makes us more efficient. And so we wouldn't have to have as many people on our team with tools like this. Number one, I wish I would have hired earlier in ILO, but with tools like this, I would have probably been able to hire even later, because I'll show you an example of Jasper. It makes you more efficient. So if you guys haven't, because the whole agency has Jasper, you can see I've checked my email today. The whole email has Jasper. And what you can do is when you're replying, you can see the little Jasper bot down here. I can tell it to respond to this email saying, great job. And it will spit out like the whole email for me. Thank you for your hard work. Great job. Dear colleague, thank you for your hard work. Great job. Sincerely. It can speed you up on tasks and make you more efficient. And so I would have had more time to maybe expand my product lines faster. Again, I would be scared that it would make me lazy as well.
If everyone in here has an Amazon business at this point, like an alarm that you're like, guys, this is out. Start using this right now to implement your brand. What was the one thing that you'd say, like, hey, leaving this call today, start using this right now for this, and it will, if you use it the right way, it will add a ton of value to you.
It's this right here. So this is the main thing that we're excited about. That's why we onboarded with them in our agency. Use it as a check. This was not a great example just because of Nutella dominating the space. So when you do something like eyelid wipes, you can come in here, compare the top 5 people. So I have the top 4 listings up here, including my own. And you can see my listing score is 24,991, whereas in their 4,000, their 4,000, their 4,000, 5,000. But what I try to do is try to get this number up even higher. And so we'd come down here and you can actually look right through the keywords. So these keywords are from the top 25 keywords for the term eyelid wipes, which is our main keyword. And I'll sort it by search volume. And then I'll make sure that all these in eye care. And if it's grayed out, that means it's in there. We're not a saline solution. I'd put that on my negative phrase list. Saline solution, both of them. Sty eye treatment, it's an FDA structure function claim, but it's in there. Eye wash, we're not necessarily an eye wash because we clean eyelids. These are brand names, so you can't do that. That's a brand name. We're not a contact solution. That would go on my negative phrase list. OcuSoft, brand name, negative phrase list, because I don't want to go after them, because I want to keep my ads more efficient. Eye sty remover, I don't have remover in there. Add it to my search terms, my backend search terms, or even my bullets, if you can put it in there. BioTrue, this is a brand name, negative. Eyelid cleanser, so I don't even have cleanser in there. So I have cleaner, but there's no cleanser, so I'd add cleanser into my listing. So just going through this list, doing the keywords on fire over your top 25 ASINs for your top search term, coming over here, putting just your listing in here and seeing what words you could put in as a negative phrase and seeing what words you need to put in your title, bullets, or backend search terms to really boost your listing. And then keep an eye on this score. That score goes up, the better your listing is going to be. And then what you can do is come over here after you've done your bullets and backend, and you can publish on Amazon. So it uploads it via the API. It's similar to a flat file. Thank you for asking that. That was a great question.
Yeah. One last one, and then I'll kind of let everybody else, so I'm not dominating this. But I know a big part of your brand early on was like you guys invested heavily, maybe not financially, but in just content early on and growing the Google SEO later. Like it was like nothing on your Shopify for a while, and then 6 months you start to see this growth. Would you have been utilizing this? And Jenna might have been writing most of that, or a combination. Looking at this, would you be like, oh yeah, I totally would have utilized this? Or was it like, I probably would have used it as an idea factory, but it would have allowed me to pump out more? Like,
That's the next topic.
oh yeah.
So I'm going to be going over that in the future. So I'm going to be going over how you can use it on the Google side. And I haven't written it yet. That's why I didn't go over it today. And plus it would have been a long time. So that is going to be part of a future call. So one of the further videos in this kind of series is going to be how I would use this to build my audience, including SEO with Google and building blogs and external traffic with Google Ads.
I love it.
Something to add to that is there's actually a software I found out recently that an AI software that will essentially analyze blog articles and your entire Shopify, figure out what's the most converting like most clicked on blogs, create newsletters for you. It will basically like pan it out over the next like month, 2 months or whatever, just draw it all out for you, write it for you. And yeah, it's supposed to be pretty amazing, game changing.
Cool. Great call, guys. Thanks for joining.
Bye-bye. Like this video!
Amazon PPC may seem like a complex subject, but it doesn't have to be, and that is why we created this channel. On top of Amazon PPC, we're going to share different tactics and strategies that we've used to build a multi-million-dollar business, as well as the strategies that we're using to build a $100 million company, which is our goal. We don't know how we're going to get there yet, but that's our goal, and we want to take you along for the ride. So make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit the little bell to be notified whenever we come out with great business building and Amazon PPC strategies.